Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to DESI TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. Judge maintains block on Trump's federal employee buyout plan. Trump taps Elon Musk Doge to review Pentagon spending citing waste and fraud. Vice President J.D. Vance faces backlash for defending ex-Doge engineer over racist remarks. Super Bowl 2025, a night of football fame and controversy. Trump cuts $440 million in aid to South Africa, offers refugees status to Afrikaners. Elizabeth Warren leads protests against Musk Doge as CFPB shutdown spark outrage. Trump target steel and aluminum in trade policy, what you need to know. Hamas halt Houthis release citing Israeli violations in Gaza. Protester rally against Trump's CFPB shutdown order. Carolina Herrera show shine with jewel tone and flora design at New York Fashion Week. These are headlines. Lead to news detail. A U.S. judge has capped his block on President Donald Trump's buyout plan for federal employees in place, preventing the administration from proceeding with the proposal for now. The judge indicated that he would consider extending the block for a longer period, signaling continuous legal hurdles for the White House. The buyout plan, which aims to reduce the size of federal workforce through voluntary financial incentives, has faced oppositions from labor unions and some lawmakers, who argue it could lead to workforce instability and disruptions in government services. The administration's contend that the plan is necessary to streamline operations and cut costs. However, opponents say it disproportionate effect career public servant and could weaken key federal agencies. Legal experts suggest that the cost could ultimately reach higher courts if the judge decides to impose a more permanent injunctions. The White House has not yet commented on the ruling. President Donald Trump has directed Elon Musk Doge to review Pentagon spending, claiming the billionaire entrepreneur will uncover billions in fraud and abuse. With the Defense Department budgets nearing $1 trillion annually, Trump argues that Musk's involvement will bring much-needed transparency to military expenditures. However, experts have raised concern that Musk's role could pose serious risks, including the potential exposure of classified program and conflict of interest, given that his companies such as SpaceX and Tesla hold lucrative contracts with the Pentagon. Despite these warnings, Trump has strongly defended the decision, saying Musk is doing a tremendous job and that he is proud of his effort to identify waste in military spending. It remains unclear how Musk's review will be conducted and whether it will lead to policy changes within the Defense Department. Vice President J.D. Vance is under fire after defending Marco as a former Department of Government Efficiency Doge engineer who resigned following racist comments about Indians on X. Despite the controversy, Vance, whose wife is the daughter of Indian immigrants, called for Eli's reinstatement, arguing that stupid social media activity should not ruin career. Elon Musk, who oversees Doge, fueled the debate by conducting an online poll in which 78% of participants voted to rehire Elias. Following the result, Musk reinstated him, sparking outrage from critics who accused Vance of hypocrisy for failing to stand up against hate directed at his own family. The controversy has reignited discussions on racism and loyalty within the MAGA movement, with many highlighting when they see a double standard when it comes to Indian Americans and other majority groups. Vance has not directly responded to the backlash, but the decisions continue to draw sharp criticism from civil rights advocates and political opponents alike. Super Bowl 2025 delivered excitement on the field, but the real spectacle unfolded off it as pop culture and political movement took center stage. President Donald Trump's impromptu salute during the national anthem ignited a firestorm on social media, with supporters praising the gesture and critics calling it a political stunt. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift's appearance to support boyfriend Travis Kelce drew divided reactions from the crowd. with both cheers and boos echoing through the stadium. The NFL's new scoreboard design left fans baffled, sparking confusion online. Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance added another layer of drama. He appeared to take shot at longtime rival Drake and even features his exes on screen, a move that set social media ablaze. Tensions peak when a performer unfurled a Sudanese-Palestinian flag during the show, prompted an immediate response from the NFL, which sought to distance itself from the political statement. In the end, Super Bowl 2025 will be remembered as much for its off-field drama as for the game itself, proving once again that the biggest event in American sport is also one of its biggest cultural flashpoints.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.
President Donald Trump has signed an executive order cutting nearly $440 million in U.S. financial assistance to South Africa. Citing concern over the country's land policies and genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, the order also includes provisions to grant refugee status in the U.S. to Afrikaners, a predominantly white minority in South Africa, claiming they face unjust racial discrimination. Afrikaners, who are largely descendants of early Dutch and French settlers and own a significant portions of South Africa farmland, has been at the center of debates over land redistribution policies. However, despite past lobbying effort by pro-Afrikaners group, many with the communities have rejected Trump's offer, stating that they no intentions of leaving South Africa. The decision is unexpected to further strain U.S.-South Africa relations, with Pretoria likely to push back against Washington interventions in its domestic affairs. Critics argue that the Trump's move is politically motivated, while supporters sees it as a stand against alleged human rights violations. The South African government has yet to issue an official response. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren led a protest outside the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau (CFPB) in Washington, D.C., condemning President Donald Trump's controversial Department of Government Efficiency DOGE overseen by Elon Musk. The demonstrations comes in response to report that Trump's newly appointed CFPB chief ordered all agency staff to stay away from the office and cease work entirely, according to an internal email reviewed by Reuters. Warren, a key architect of the CFPB, announced the moves as an attempt to dismantle consumer protections and hand financial oversight to corporate interests. This is a direct attack on working families and a gift to Wall Street, she told the crowd. The abrupt order to CFPB employees has raised alarm among consumer advocates who fear it signals an effective shutdown of the agency. Meanwhile, Musk has defending DOGE role in streamlining government operations, through critics argue that it served as a tool for Trump to gut regulatory agency. With tension rising, it remains unclear how long the CFPB will remain in limbo or whatever legal challenges will follow. The Biden-led Senate is already exploring operations to counter Trump's executive moves. President Donald Trump is making steel and aluminum a central focus of his trade policy, potentially reviving tariff, imports restrictions, and other measures to support U.S. producers. The administrations argue that cheap foreign imports, particularly from China, harm Americans manufacturers, pose a national security risk. The White House is considering several opinions, including new tariff, imports quotas, and incentives for domestic steels and aluminum production. These moves would benefit U.S. steelmakers who have long pushed for protections against global competition. However, industries they rely on these materials, such as automaker, construction firm, and beverages companies, could face higher costs, potentially leading to increased prices for consumers. Major U.S. trading partners, including Canada, Mexico, and the European Union, are closely watching the situation. Any new trade barriers could provoke retaliations and escalate tensions in global global market, the policies also carry significant political weight as it appeals to workers in key Rust Belt states ahead of future election. While details remain unclear, business and policymakers are bracing for the impact of Trump's next move on the steel and aluminum industries. Hamas announced it would stop releasing Israeli hostages until further notice, accusing Israel of violating previous agreement. The group claims Israel has delayed the return of displaced Palestinians to northern Gaza, targeted civilians with shelling and gunfire, and restricted humanitarian aid from entering the territory. The decisions threaten to stall negotiations aimed at securing further prisoner exchange and ceasefire arrangement. Israel has not formally responded to Hamas accusations but has maintained that its military operations in Gaza are necessary to eliminate Hamas infrastructures and leadership. The suspensions of hostages release add another layer of complexity to the ongoing conflict as international mediators continue efforts to broker a lasting agreement. Meanwhile, humanitarian conditions in Gaza remain dire, with aid groups warning of worsening shortages of food, water, and medical supply. Demonstrators gather outside the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in Washington, D.C. after President Donald Trump newly appointed agency's chief ordered all staff to stay away from the office and cease work. The directive has sparked outrage among consumer advocates and lawmakers who accuse the administrations of attempting to cripple the agency responsible for protecting Americans from financial fraud and abuse. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a key architect of the CFPB, joined the protest, calling the move an unprecedented attack on consumer protection. Cities argued that sidelining the bureau effectively hand more power to big bank and lender, while supporters of Trump order claim it is part of broader effort to streamline government agencies. With the CFPB now in limbo, legal challenges and congressional actions could be on the horizon as opponents seek to restore the agency's operation. Model dazzled on the runway during the Carolina Herrera show on the fifth day of New York Fashion Week, showcasing a stunning array of jewel tone and floral creation. The collection features vibrant colors, intricate pattern, and elegant, capturing the essence of the brand's signature style while adding a fresh modern twist. Flowing gowns in rich emeralds, sapphires, and rubies, complemented by delicate floral embroidery, dominated the scene, offering a perfect balance of sophistication and boldness. The show was a celebration of femininity with pieces that range from romantic to contemporary, capturing the attentions of fashion enthusiasts and industry's insider alike. Carolina Herrera's latest collections reaffirm its status as a highlight of New York Fashion Week, setting trend for the upcoming seasons and leaving attendees eagerly awaiting the next big reveal. So thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. DESI TV USA, DTVN, and another OTT platform, DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.